good day, geometry. We are forging ahead with CO13. Will, you may leave the room. We're forging ahead with CO13, which is applying deductive reasoning from a logical argument in various contexts. This is where I want you to get to when it comes to your ability to reason and your ability to defend and your ability to argue. Okay, let's read it again. Deductive reasoning to form a logical argument in various contexts. So we've defined inductive reasoning before. That's judgment calls, observations, past experiences. What is deductive reasoning? Andrea, what's that? Where were you? Well, come on over. Maddie.
Is it using like information that you're given to eliminate answers?
Okay. Using information given to eliminate answers. This is the kind of logic that you would want your lawyer to use, or your doctor to use when diagnosing you. Okay. Deductive reasoning is using facts and logic to reach a thoughtful, I'm actually going to change the word thoughtful, and informative conclusion. I can spell informative. Informative conclusion. Okay? Using facts and logic to reach an informative conclusion. This is not something that you take lightly. What's that?
How do you what's after N?
Informative.
Yeah, what's after it?
Last
conclusion.
What's the last three others? Tip. I just didn't know.
What's the U?
Conclusion. It's before the S. Where it should always go.
It looks like it.
Conclusion. Okay, informative conclusion. So, just kind of reviewing this. This is, if you look at the page, it's not a whole lot to it when it comes to deductive and inductive reasoning, because they are just two types to reach a conclusion. Really, the work comes on the backside. If you flip it over, you see you have one of those logic puzzles you had on your math pack before, right? Doing a logic puzzle such as that is a very deductive reasoning. You read each clue. What does it tell me? What can I conclude? If you just kind of go at it guessing, you're going to be in for some trouble. Okay, Nathan.
I saw this one dude on TikTok, does this with animal bones, and he just uses the head, and he finds out what the animal is just from that.
Brilliant.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nathan.
Which one's that?
I don't care about you.
Oh.
Oh.
No, hold on. That's what I want. Okay, what is the difference between inductive and deductive reasoning? We've already talked about it. Maybe you already wrote it down. Paul, what is the difference between inductive and deductive reasoning? You do not know?
Oh wait, no, I do know. I know.
They're opposites in what sense?
That one is just guessing, and the other one is actually I do. You have to use your mind a little bit.
Okay, so under the inductive column, if you want to write this down, inductive versus deductive, do you have to call? Yes, you should.
I'm just making sure.
Okay. Inductive is informal. Deductive is formal.
Oh, informal reason.
Okay. Informal versus formal. Inductive versus deductive. We talked about inductive reasoning uses observations, assumptions. Yep, just keep on writing. Okay. And deductive reasoning uses facts and logic. Okay. Those are the key differences between them. And what is a situation for which it might be best to use inductive reasoning? Nick?
For distance, how far you have to go.
If you're going to estimate something?
Yeah.
You mean? Sure. Yeah. If you're heading out of town this weekend for Thanksgiving and your cousin's house is about 2 hours away, you can conclude it'll take about 2 hours to get there, right? Might you hit traffic? Might you hit weather? Might you whatever? Sure. Okay. But based on past experiences, observation, it takes about 2 hours to get there. Good. Yeah.
Deciding what clothing to wear.
Clothing to wear. Okay. Especially if you have a uniform. It's kind of whatever's clean. Paul. What?
What was I gonna? I forgot what I was gonna say.
Very well. Any others? Okay. How about deductive reasoning? You have one? Go ahead.
How like your mom's cooking is gonna taste.
Sorry.
How your mom's cooking is gonna taste.
How your mom's cooking is gonna taste. I think that would actually be based more on inductive reasoning. Because you were sorry, in my head I moved on to deductive reasoning. Yes, you are correct. Based on what she's made in the past, you can come to a conclusion on how it's gonna taste.
Wait, so
Deductive reasoning. What are some deductive reasoning examples? And write these down and ask people say them. Nick.
Like going to the doctor to see what kind of like thing you have going on.
Yeah, you better hope that the doctor
Cancer.
takes time to listen to you and maybe run some tests and not just pick the most expensive thing to diagnose you with. What else, Paul?
that you can say that it's fair that if you talk in this class, you're probably going to send you to the hall.
Really?
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, you're mean.
Like if
Yeah,
you
it's
interrupt.
scary.
I just want to make sure you get all the geometry before you head to high school. That's all.
The class,
Yeah.
you're probably
When is William gonna come home?
Is he?
Like when you're solving on the back.
Sure. Yeah, when you're showing work on a math equation, particularly the math packets, right? I want you to be using deductive reasoning for that. Okay, excellent. What else? Yeah.
What about just a guess and check?
Guess and check is inductive.
Well, yeah, but you use
I
that
usually
like
There,
don't
there's
math
there's a little bit, there's a bit of
like
tinkering.
polynomials.
right, polynomials. Or maybe-
Guess and check.
How do you guess and check polynomials?
Guess to see if it goes there. It's a little bit of both because you have to kind of guess the starting pieces, but at the same time it falls back.
Are you talking about like the quadratic formula?
Oh, polynomials.
Yeah, I'm familiar. How do you guess and check with polynomials?
Because
Where you're trying to-
you literally, how are you bringing quadratic formula into polynomials?
Because you use the quadratic formula to solve for trinomial, which is a polynomial.
You put all the things in there.
You put the blocks into a shape. You guess.
Oh, the polyominoes.
What? That's
They're-
not what they're called.
Yes, they are, because it's called a domino because the prefix do means two. Domino, it's polyonomos. Poly meaning many, onomos meaning pieces or parts or squares or whatever. Yeah,
Can we just call it the shape box?
Sure, the shape box. Now we're on the same target. I don't want you to worry about him.
But it can both be.
Tristan, yes, correct. Yes, now we're on the same page.
Is there a type of reasoning where it's kind of both deductive and deductive?
Well, Nathan just kind of brought one up with those the shape box page, right? You might start with some deductive reasoning saying there's only a few places where this particular shape could go and then kind of inductively get the answer that way. Or you start by kind of just placing one and seeing what happens. Oh, yes.
Yes.
Andrea.
Solving a case like murder.
Yes. You want lawyers using deductive reasoning for sure. Sam.
Can I have a math packet?
Yes. See me after class, please.
Can you tell me what the inductive one reasoning was again?
Examples?
Yeah.
Deciding what clothes to wear, how your mom's cooking will taste, things such as that. Okay? Great example of using facts and logic to form conclusions are logic puzzles. Today, 'tis time to tactically tackle tricky. Oh, I messed it up. I look forward to that line every year, and let's back it up. Today, 'tis time to tactically tackle tricky touring together. Which is on the back side of your page. So your homework for Monday, in addition to this time for review, basically defining and labeling different terms that we've had throughout, you also have this one back here. Okay? You recognize these, or you might recognize this from your packets. Okay? You are given 7 clues, and from those clues, you are to determine at the bottom the time each tour leaves, who the guide for that tour is, where the tour is going, and how large the tour is.
What?
Okay? From those clues, you are to determine what time each tour leaves, the guide, the location, and the group size.
Such a good sign.
Okay, so let's just go to the top. Let's just start here. It says the tour with 10 people will begin 1 hour after phase tour. Okay? What does that tell us about the tour with 10 people?
It's not 7 a.m.
It's not 7 a.m., right? If 7 a.m. is the first tour, but the tour with 10 people begins 1 hour after phase tour, that means that the one with 10 can't be at 7 a.m. So right away, we can eliminate the group size of 10 at 7 a.m. All right?
It also means she's not the time because that means someone.
Very good. Rail, is that what you're going to say? Too? Yeah, it also means that Faye is not part of the group with 10 people, right? Because that group leaves after Faye does. So we find Faye right here. We find the group of 10 people. Where do those two things intersect? And we can eliminate that option.
Oh shoot, Faye and then 10 people.
Okay. All right. You have 13 minutes to work. You may work together. I'll even let you get up and move around as long as you stay in actual places and not group 10 of you at one place. Yeah. Math packet 4 is fine.
We chose.
That is how you math.
Hoping it for like